Hello my friends, I hope you feel happy. So there are two types of people, those who love it and those who hate it. The mighty one and only Barbatos. I started my Gunpla road with these two, and now after a couple years, I'm broke piece of hobo with endless pile of backlog and YouTube channel. Do you need better recommendation for this kit? So I am in the IBO team for sure. I mean, I understand the hate for this anime, as for old school lovers, this is a very different and in fact fresh approach to Gundam designs and overall way they act, etc. That for some can be too much. For me personally, I really dig it. Big melee weapons and dogfights of the machines leading by purely brute force of melee rage is more than perfect for my personal taste. Lasers are cool of course, but I think that the series from alternative lines should bring us something unique with tribute to the Universal Century, and IBO did it very well in my opinion. I love the Tekadan, I love Mikazuki August, Orga and the band, I love the vibe of the anime and you can't do nothing about it. I can't wait for the Urdur Hunt animation and hope for some really good action. But if it comes to models, it's a shame that full mechanics are so hard to get today, but I really need them in collection. I have these two, so prepare for reviews of them soon. Unfortunately, IBO high grades are not as good as the show for me, at least not all of them. I have very big nostalgia for this kit as, like I said, this one and the original high grade Barbie was my first Gunplas in my model kits collection and in fact my first attempt to painting. It's a bad but honest paintwork and the memories of the first attempt will stay with me forever. So anyway, let's dive into the Devil of Tekadan. The build itself was very simple from what I remember and you will find zero problems on board. It took me around 4 hours, you will find some knob marks here and there, nothing that will scare you off, but keep in mind that you will need to do some cleaning. So on board we have color correcting stickers, some of them are on the model and they are looking absolutely ugly and I hate them, period. The effect stickers are shiny and they are okay. Stickers are pain in the back here, you need to cover some parts for color accuracy or use the paint to have absolutely perfect incarnation of Lupus Rex. But the inner frame inside is a really nice addition, you can display it fully without the armor parts, which is very unique for a high grade line. Almost all IBO kits got the same inner frame, so it's a one trick pony. We have very small accessory set on board, the price point of this one at the release was crazy low. Do you remember these golden times? So it's expected to be small. Bandai released some additional sets for them, but yeah, you need to find them and of course pay for them. So we have this iconic maze. It's big, looks very nice in person, but of course it's plain in terms of colors and we do not have any part separation here or stunning details. We can extend the handle, which is really nice. In fact, this one sits very well in Lupus Rex hands, so no problems with poses most of the time, of course. You can open the forearm armor and attach it nicely here. You can also attach it to the back thanks to adapter that I've lost long time ago. We have small but nice set of hands, pair of fist-like / holding hands and the open claws. They are not accurate as the claw parts should be yellow, so you need to repaint it by yourself, like most of the things here unfortunately, but later about it. Last but not least we have this tail blade. I really like it, you have two ways of display. First you can just simply attach it to the back, the segment is movable so you can adjust it and you can remove this part to attach the cable and this is really cool. The cable is well known high grade cable, so nothing fancy here, but it's do the job nicely, so yeah. Thanks to that you got a lot of display choices. And that's all we have on board. I should pass this section in this video as there are just two small things I've talked already, but if you jump to this section then we can open its forearms and place the mace here. It's very cool gimmick for posing and also adds stability to this kit, which is needed in most of the cases. The additional arm is movable, so you can adjust it to your likings. And the second small but also nice gimmick is the tail blade itself, I mean the wire. You can attach it and have fun of almost endless poses with it. Okay, so let's talk! My favorite appearance of the Barbatos is Lupus form. I just freaking love this sword, reminds me a lot of guts. Also the armor looks best for me. But the Lupus Rex is very unique thanks to its wolf/monkey-like appearance that is very unique for what we used to in the Gundam world. Leave a comment below what do you think about Gundam Barbatos design. I'm waiting for that. Unfortunately, this specific design did not get justice in its high-grade form as the proportions are a little off here and there. I'm curious about the full mechanics counterpart in person, I really need to check it. On top of that, there are some colors missing from the original design, the backpack should have some whites, and as well, the clothes should be yellow. Also, the one-of-a-kind inner frame should have some additional colors here and there, but it's a high grade, so let's forget about that. Like I said, proportions are off, for example in arms and thigh section as well as the chest. Fortunately, when you pose it a little, it looks very nicely, so it all depends on the perspective. Master Grade Barbatos is still best representation of the IBO in model world, so you should check it. It's absolute masterpiece. Maybe I should do a full series about the IBO kits. I will put this one on the schedule. Okay, here comes the thing. This kit is capable of some really nice looking poses, I mean for real. Both in air and on the ground it presents itself very nicely and I love it. But unfortunately the whole kit is very loose, especially after a couple years. This one is just meh in these terms. Most of the IBO kits unfortunately shares the same fate. Ball joint in the tummy section is just pathetic. The same goes for the joints in the shoulders and foot section. In fact, you should use some top coat for the foot joints after assembly to bulletproof this section. It will be your nightmare sooner or later. But thanks to open hands, nice opening armor gimmicks and the tail blade, you can achieve some really nice poses, and in fact I've learned how to pose Gunpla on this specific model. If not the poses, this kit would be really just a useless piece of plastic. So now let's check all articulation points here. Head is on the double ball joint with very nice move range and full swivel. You can move the shoulder armor part. Arm can go as far as that. Nice swivel in the upper arm. Single bend of the elbow limited by armor parts. Hands are on the ball joint and you can extend them a little for better posing. Torso section is just... Ball joint inside the waist is jumping off just by looking at it, but you can do full swivel and have some basic bends. I hate it. Front skirts are movable, they are separated by cut inside. Side skirts also moves. Back skirt is fixed. Full Jean-Claude Van Damme spread here. And also you can adjust the position of the legs nicely. Full swivel of the leg, very nice double bend of the knee. The foot section is crazy movable, you can do almost everything here thanks to the joint system, but yeah, loose as hell. In terms of size, it's a regular high-grade size, nothing special here, but overall it presents itself nicely thanks to unique appearance and approach to a classic Gundam design. It looks very nice on the shelf, and let's check it with some other Gunplas. So with all honesty, if you have the room and you can get your hands on the full mechanics, go for it. I think it's better representation of the Barbatos Lupus Rex. Still not perfect, but for sure you will have a nice piece on the shelf. This kit is decent and cheap, but nothing special. My sentiment is overwhelming for this boy, but you need to be aware that this one needs some work after assembly to represent itself nicely. Paint treatment is almost crucial here, as well as the joints cure almost out of the box to prevent wobbling problems. It's not entirely bad model kit either. It will be great base for some custom painting. You can kit bash the arm parts for some master grades, for example. Also, this one is great for beginners. A lot of us started with the Barbatos if it comes to Gundam model kits, and I totally recommend it for some birthday present for some unaware pure soul to fire the passion for the hobby. So now, after the review with objective perspective, I can tell you a secret. I love this model kit. Thank you, my friends, for watching. As always, if you got yourself here for the first time, I encourage you to subscribe for more Gunpla content. Now I'm going to deal with my dream kit. So, see you virtually in my next episode. Ciao!